I don't know, I think this fight better than first fight, but we'll see. It's my time to come back.
When you come back, we saw Turki Alashik come up to you right after, put 3 fingers in the air, saying third fight. Is that what you want? A rubber match with Dmitry Bivol?
Actually, I don't want second fight too. I mean, it's not my choice, but no problem. We're gonna do third fight if we need.
Unbelievable fight. Much better than the first one. And they gave their all. And we're going to get probably a trilogy out of it now.
Would you be interested in fighting David Benavidez, possibly instead of a trilogy with Artur?
I'm open for any fight. But today I wanna enjoy that I'm undisputed champion. I wanna take care of my health because I have some issues. I wanna heal myself and then move forward again. Doesn't matter, trilogy, Benavidez, Canela, or as always, I'm just waiting offer and I'm saying yes.
We need to see a trilogy, don't we, Frank?
Oh, without that. Listen, that was a privilege to watch. 2 gladiators, ultimate warriors, delivered. That was a much better fight than the first fight by a mile. And the first one was a great fight. Brilliant fight. I loved every moment of it. And you've got to take your hats off to him. And it deserves another fight.
Beterbiev and Bivol's third fight is on a lot of people's mind, but Benavidez is in the building. We know how
Bivol will fight anybody. Doesn't matter. Bivol's proved time and time again. He's beat the pound for pound number 1. He's beat the pound for pound top 5 tonight. He's the undisputed champion. No problem at all. Whoever's next for Bivol will be ready.
I think that we should look forward to a trilogy now.
Yeah, you think a third fight?
I think that'd be awesome, the Trinity trilogy.
If they do a third fight, what adjustments do you think can happen in the fight?
The adjustments, I think that really, to be honest, on Beterbiev's avenue, I think he really needs to work downstairs first, chop him down, break him down, slow him down as far as Bivol goes. And Bivol, stick and moving, keep doing what he was doing tonight.
12 rounds. Blood. Sweat. Legacy on the line. 4 months after their first war, Bivol came back stronger, outpointing Beterbiev to reclaim his titles. Teddy Atlas saw it coming. Teofimo Lopez questioned Bivol's endurance. Robert Garcia warned the judges could lean his way. Now, with 1 win each, the trilogy looms. Is this the final chapter, or just the beginning?
Dmitry, how do you feel about your next opponent?
I think the December it will be just amazing. Maybe earlier, maybe October, why not?
You have a preference, David or trilogy?
I don't have any preference now, to be honest. What people wanna see, I gonna take, no problem. Maybe we could talk about cruiserweight. I will think about it also. Why not? I have belts here. I need to check cruiserweight.
It was very nice, delicious, beautiful. Now we'll see round 3.
It was delicious. Who had the better meal tonight? How'd you have the fight?
The winner.
The long-awaited rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol has finally ended, and the boxing world is buzzing over the shocking outcome. Before the fight, Teddy Atlas predicted that Bivol would come back stronger after facing the feared Beterbiev, believing the first fight had answered key questions for him. But Atlas also warned that Beterbiev could be even more dangerous this time since he had extra time to heal and rehab his knee. Who got it right? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.
Listen, I think that Bivol is going to get better from the experience of having been in there with the boogeyman. I just think that being in there with this guy, this boogeyman, he got some answers to some questions that he might have thought he had going in the first time, but he didn't have. Because you don't have them until you're in there and you actually go through that experience. And I think that will better him. But I also think that Beterbiev might be better because he had more time to recover the knee, to rehab the knee.
Teofimo Lopez believed Beterbiev would come out on top again but hoped Bivol would show improvement in their next bout. He expected Beterbiev to land more damage this time while still acknowledging Bivol's impressive technical skills. However, Lopez pointed out that despite Bivol's sharp technique, his stamina seemed to dip in the later rounds of their previous fight. Overall, he predicted an action-packed showdown that would keep fans on the edge of their seats.
Who you got February 22nd? Bivol or Beterbiev? I think same outcome. Beterbiev. Rooting for Bivol. Hopefully he does better than the first time. If anything, I think Beterbiev is gonna hurt Bivol this time around. Kudos to Bivol, man. He boxed very well, but he just didn't show enough grit in the last championship rounds. It's a great fight.
Robert Garcia believed the rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol would be a must-watch fight. He thought if the rematch played out like the first bout, Bivol might have a better shot at victory this time. Garcia also pointed out that judges are often influenced by public opinion, and since many believed Bivol won the first fight, any close rounds in a rematch might go in his favor.
Look, I think it'll be a great fight. I think if they do have a rematch, especially in Vegas, if we see the same fight again, I think this time it will go to Bivol. Just the way the judges are seeing. You see, the judges are also human beings. The judges are also hearing, reading, everything. You know, a lot of boxing people thinking Bivol won. So they hear all that. So in a rematch, any close round might go to Bivol.
Vanis believes Bivol won the first fight, even though he slowed down toward the end. He noted that many others also saw Bivol as the rightful winner. Vanis supported a rematch, predicting it would play out differently this time. He pointed out that while Bivol lost energy in the final rounds, a second fight could be a whole new battle, with both fighters making key adjustments to their strategies.
I had Bivol winning. You know what I mean? Whichcomb came on at the end. You know what I mean? Because Bivol, slowed down. He slowed down. So, but I had Bivol winning.
I feel like a lot of folks did. Should they rematch? How do you see the fight playing out? Should they rematch? How do you see the fight playing out?
Oh, I think they should rematch, and I think it's going to be a different situation this time because it seems like he got winded at the last 2 rounds.
Jose Benavidez Jr. believed Bivol did enough to win the first fight, crediting him for landing cleaner punches and outboxing his opponent. He acknowledged that both Bivol and Beterbiev are elite fighters, making the rematch another thrilling showdown. While Benavidez Jr. was rooting for Bivol, he knew both fighters would likely change their game plans, making it hard to predict if the rematch would mirror the first fight or take an entirely different turn.
That was a good fight. I feel like Bivol. Yeah. I thought Bivol did enough to win the first fight. But it can go anyway. Like I said, they're both great fighters. It'll be a great fight. I'm going for Bivol though.
How do you think it's like a different fight? The same fight, as close?
See, can't even say because I'm pretty sure they're gonna come with different game plans because Bivol, he's a boxer, but I feel like Bivol's gonna try to fight different too, not like the first time. So you have to wait and see. It's gonna be an amazing fight. The first one was.
Benavidez Jr. believed the rematch would be incredible, as both fighters were expected to adjust their strategies. He pointed out that Bivol's ability to outbox Beterbiev was a key factor in the first fight but noted that judges' opinions could vary depending on their preferences. Despite this, Benavidez Jr. stood firm in his belief that Bivol deserved the first win based on his performance. He was excited for the rematch, confident it would be another must-watch showdown for boxing fans.
He landed the cleaner punches, he outboxed them, But then again, I wasn't there like the judge where to score every single shot, If you kind of go for someone, you kind of might tend to see more of the punches that they're landing, But like I said, they're both great fighters, so it's gonna be a great fight to watch again.
Chris Algieri expressed his excitement for the upcoming fight, predicting it would be thrilling from start to finish. While he admitted it might not match the intensity of their first bout, he stressed its huge significance. Algieri highlighted how this fight would impact both the light heavyweight rankings and the pound-for-pound list, emphasizing that with 2 elite fighters facing off, this was an event that boxing fans simply couldn't afford to miss.
Start top to bottom. You got the main event, which Listen, compared to the last fight, obviously what we saw in the first fight, it's not going to be a gangbusters type fight, but it's a very important fight for the weight class, for the divisions, for the pound-for-pound rankings. So the level of that main event is humongous.
Johnny Nelson was confident that Bivol would win the rematch by decision, seeing it as his chance for redemption. He believed Bivol could build on his first performance, while Beterbiev's style and pace were unlikely to change. Nelson stressed that Bivol needed to control the tempo, adjusting when necessary. If he could do that, Nelson was certain Bivol would secure the victory, leading to a different outcome this time around.
I think Bivol beats Beterbiev on points. I think Bivol has room to grow from the last fight, whereas Beterbiev doesn't. I think we see Beterbiev showed you, he's got pace, the pace he worked at is the pace that he stays at. He ain't going to change. He's not going to change anything else, or can't change anything else about that style. So Bivol's got to make sure he takes the pace, he brings it up and down, and if he does that, he gets the win. So I think we get a different outcome for the next fight.
David Benavidez believed Bivol deserved to win their first fight, acknowledging it was a close contest but arguing that Bivol controlled most rounds with his sharp combinations. Looking ahead to a rematch, Benavidez thought Bivol could win again but recognized that both were elite fighters capable of making strategic adjustments. While he wasn't sure if the rematch would play out the same way, Benavidez remained confident that if it did, Bivol would still emerge victorious.
I thought Bivol won that fight, to be honest with you. It was a close fight. It could have went. Couldn't have went either way. I feel like Bivol won most of the rounds. He controlled most of the rounds, and his combination punching was better.
Do you think he wins the rematch?
I think he does.
Yeah. Is it different, or you think it's more?
I mean, I don't know, because both those fighters are both high caliber fighters, so they can make adjustments. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the same fight or not. But if it's the same fight, I feel like Bivol wins.
Joe Cordina believes Bivol knew exactly what adjustments to make for the rematch and expected him to fight with more confidence this time. While many felt Bivol won the first bout, Cordina personally thought Beterbiev edged it by a single round. However, he was convinced that in a rematch, Bivol would secure a clearer and more decisive victory.
Revenge. I think he knows what he needs to do now, and yeah, I think Bivol. I think he'll be. A lot of people thought he won. I didn't. I personally, I didn't. I thought maybe 1 round to Beterbiev, but I think it'll be a comfortable win for Bivol this time around.
Callum Smith predicted the rematch between Bivol and Beterbiev would play out similarly to their first fight, with Beterbiev's pressure testing Bivol, while Bivol's speed and technique remained key. However, Smith questioned whether Beterbiev's age and recent tough fights might catch up to him, making it harder to sustain his pace at this stage in his career.
I think it'll be very similar to the first fight. I think there'll be parts where Beterbiev's pressure is a little bit too much, and there'll be parts where Bivol's boxing ability, sharpness is having a lot of success, which I think we've seen both times in the first fight. I don't know, it's the age question again. Beterbiev was 40 a few weeks ago, and that was a tough fight, probably the toughest one of his career, and how much can your body?
Smith believed that the longer the fight was delayed, the more rested Bivol would be, which could work in his favor. He thought Bivol could handle Beterbiev's pressure as the fight progressed and ultimately leaned toward Bivol, believing his freshness would give him the edge.
We're waiting to fight. I think Bivol's that little bit fresher, and I think he might have a little bit more success and be able to weather the storm late on, and I think it'll be a very, very close fight, but I'm just leaning towards Bivol being that little bit fresher.
As the fight nears, Smith believes Bivol will be fresher, giving him a slight edge. He expects Bivol to have more success handling Beterbiev's pressure, especially in the later rounds. While he predicts a very close fight, he leans toward Bivol for his ability to weather the storm. Meanwhile, Frank Warren is eagerly anticipating the rematch, calling it an exciting showdown between two of the best light heavyweights in the world. Reflecting on their first bout, he praised both fighters for their remarkable skill sets. Warren is confident the rematch will live up to expectations, delivering another thrilling, technical battle that boxing fans won't want to miss.
It's a great fight, the two best light best two light heavyweights in the world. Last time round, it was an excellent fight. They displayed all their skills. It's a rematch. That's going to be a great fight.
Callum Smith noted that the first fight was extremely close and could have gone either way. He believed Bivol had the ability to improve in the rematch, especially now that he understood Beterbiev's power. Smith also pointed out that rematches often bring small but crucial adjustments, meaning both fighters would likely change their approach. In the end, the fight would come down to who adapted better, making the rematch both exciting and unpredictable.
I think it'll be similar, because I don't think anyone could have argued with the first fight if it went either way, and I think you might see a similar claw. I think they're just very evenly matched. I think it could be
do you think Bivol could perform better than he did in the first fight?
I don't know, because I thought he boxed very well early on. I don't know, maybe he obviously believed he could take the power, but I think now he knows he can. I don't know whether he was hurt and never really showed much, but I don't know, I think both will probably take belief from the first fight, knowing he'd been there and done it, and I don't know, I think that's the good thing about rematches, it's who's going to better the game. I think we may see a better version of Bivol, but you may see a better version of Beterbiev as well, so it's a lot of the time rematches are like a blank slate again. You've got to both go away and rethink and come back with maybe slightly different tactics, but it's an interesting one.
Shakur Stevenson emphasized that Bivol needed to maintain high intensity throughout the entire fight, especially in the later rounds, to secure victory. He believed Bivol dropped his guard toward the end, which ultimately impacted the final result and played a key role in determining the outcome. Sergey Kovalev believed Bivol won the last fight 7-5 and was confident in his victory. He thought that with more confidence in the rematch, Bivol would secure another win. Kovalev also felt that Bivol's success could set up an exciting trilogy, with a potential third fight in the future. Carl Frampton initially predicted Beterbiev would win the first fight, and while he was right, he admitted it was a close and controversial contest. However, for the rematch, Frampton believed that Bivol would make the right adjustments and come out on top this time.
I think so. Last fight, Bivol got 7 rounds against 5.
So you thought he won?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he it's 7-5. He won, and he will be more confidence for rematch, and will get a victory. Yeah, we'll get a win, and then will be the third fight. It's a great trilogy coming up.
We should see a rematch, and it'll be another great fight.
After watching the Bivol performance, what are some of the takeaways that you, as a coach, can look at and say, you know what, man, if he cleaned this up and that up, he'd have a better chance of winning straight away?
I think the last 3 rounds could have been a little more aggressive, throw a little more combinations.
Eddie Hearn called the first fight thrilling and incredibly close, noting that while it wasn't controversial, both fighters left it all in the ring. He believed Bivol deserved the win and stressed the need for closure in the rematch, expecting another high-level, unforgettable showdown between two elite champions. Os Benavides Sr. predicted the rematch would be just as hard-fought as the first bout, with both fighters bringing their best skills. He believed Bivol's speed, mobility, and defense would give him the edge. Since Bivol narrowly won the first fight, he felt a repeat victory was possible if Bivol stayed smart and avoided Beterbiev's power shots.
I mean, it's the only fight. You know, the first fight was not just a great fight, but I mean, if you don't want to call it controversial, you can call it extremely competitive. I mean, for me, Dmitry won that fight, and we need to try and put it right. But Beterbiev's a great fighter, and I think the rematch would be an epic event.
Well, I think it's going to be kind of the same fight. It's going to be a really close fight. We've seen everything. Both of them were trying to do the best that they could. Both of them, the styles, kind of work for each other. And I believe in the first fight, Bivol won. I think this fight, Bivol can win again. He's a little bit faster. He has more movement, and Beterbiev, he hits hard. And he's probably waiting for that big shot. And Bivol, hopefully he doesn't stay in front of him and get hit with a big shot. So I think I see the same fight.
Benavides Sr. acknowledged the fight was extremely close and could have ended in a draw. While he respected the judge's decision, he personally felt Bivol had done just enough to win. For the rematch, he expected another tight battle but was confident Bivol would prevail again.
Bivol by a little, I think he won by 1 point. Like I said, it was a very close fight. To me it could have been a tie, but they gave it to Beterbiev. So at the end of the day, I'm not a judge, but in my mind, I thought he did enough to just win that fight by a little bit.
Lonnie B predicted that Beterbiev would stop Bivol in the rematch, believing Beterbiev was rushed back too soon after surgery before their first fight. This time, he expected Beterbiev to focus on attacking Bivol's body early, wearing him down for a stoppage in the 9th or 10th round. Lonnie B believed this body shot strategy would set up a late finish for Beterbiev.